Welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. How is everybody doing tonight? Shout out to the replay gang. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. I know you missed the live party by now. You know how much fun it is when you're actually here. So I will just remind you every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes whenever I feel like, we are live. So make sure you hit that subscribe button ring the bell, notifications on all. You know the deal. Let's shout out our sponsor of the stream, MySickShirt.com, where whatever your persuasion, they've got something for you. And of course, it is the only place to get your very own The Indian Jesus official merch. Only at MySickShirt.com. All right. So, welcome. What are we getting into tonight? So, I put the poll up, and I think some of you may not remember who Kaitlin Bennett is, may not remember the whole gun girl thing just by the name. But I have a feeling that you've seen her around, you've seen her doing her thing. I really appreciate what she does. She so I mean, she's gonna tell the story in a little video that we're gonna watch just to give some background. But for those of you who semi remember, she was the girl who graduated from Kent State a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And it being a very liberal school, she wanted to do something that would make waves, being a conservative. And so she, the newer trend of kids putting like a message on their cap, so that when you're sitting behind, you could see, and then it's tilted, you could see. And her message was, "Come and take it," with a picture of a pew pew. I think I've already said gun a bunch of times, so it probably doesn't matter. But and the left went crazy, insane. Now, apparently, you are, as a student, you're not allowed to have a firearm on campus. But because she had graduated, she now came back as a guest, in which case she was allowed to do that. I'm not actually sure what state Kent State is in. I want to say Ohio, but I might be making that up. But yeah, let's dive into her take on things. It'll give us a little bit of background, and then we'll see what she's been up to. As always, guys, please do let me know if the sound is working.
1 year ago, I took a photo that would forever change my life. Last year was my senior year here at Kent State, and I was one of the most vocal political activists at the school. Week after week, I'd be out on campus fighting for free speech, for the Second Amendment, and for capitalism. But the school was so liberal that they never took my message seriously. Even after my cameraman was assaulted on camera, nothing changed, and that made me fearful for my friends who I'd be leaving behind as I graduated. So 1 week after this, I decided to organize an open carry demonstration at Kent State so college students could be exposed to something they will never learn in the classroom. I wanted to bring real gun owners to campus so that the students on campus could see that gun owners are not scary. Gun owners just want to protect themselves and their loved ones, and that guns are just an object. There was so much positive conversation to come out of that event that I really felt confident that the policies I fought against for years might finally change, or at the very least be brought into question. But they never were. And the administration scoffed at me every step of the way, demeaning all of the peaceful gun owners who showed up to simply exercise their constitutional rights and to have a really good conversation with students who are curious about guns. I put way too much time into fighting for my rights on campus,
You know what?
and my efforts go to waste.
I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to put on the next one while we wait for everybody to come on in, and then we'll go back and do that one.
Don't drop that got to go. Hey, ho, ho.
She's gonna eat it.
Did you say to me?
You know I carry, right? Thanks so much to everyone who subscribed to the channel and shared my videos over the last few weeks at the Women's March and the University of Cincinnati. Believe it or not, I've been making videos just like that for a while now, and have caught some pretty crazy things on camera.
She's gonna eat it!
Ranging from getting assaulted to being threatened with rape and having David Hogg run away from me. Of course, none of this would be possible without your support. So please become a patron today at patreon.com
All right.
to help fund my activism and make more videos like these possible, so we can continue to expose the intolerant left for who they really are. If you want to support you.
Better flag.
And why?
Like racist white people, racist white people really promote that and use that against black people. Like, like, I don't know, it's just that one.
So what's your final say?
Confederate flag.
Okay, even though it killed millions of people.
Yeah.
Dictatorship,
Most offensive flag. We got American flag, Chinese flag, old Soviet flag, Confederate flag, and then something else. And they said that the Confederate flag is the worst.
Starving.
Yeah.
These people got their rights taken from them.
Yeah, all of them are offensive. Oh, except for the American flag.
Number 9. One day before the midterm elections, President Trump came to Cleveland, Ohio to speak at a rally. A couple of sad protesters stood by in the highway, and one kept hitting me with his Trump puppet.
If you're just joining, I'm waiting for a few more people. We are getting some highlights from Kaitlin Bennett here, and then we're going to circle back and introduce ourselves to who she is, why she is, why we're talking about her, so on and so forth. But for now, just enjoy. And welcome. Who we got here?
Think that this makes people understand your point?
Heil Trump, dein Führer! Heil Trump, dein Führer!
Please do not touch me. Please do not touch me. Raise your hand if you think the Democrats are going to lose tomorrow. Please stop touching me, sir. Sir, quit touching me.
It's not me, it's Trump.
Stop touching me. Number 8. After gun control became all
After acting like the biggest problem with Trump was that he was not presidential, and then doing shit like that.
In the early half of 2018, I wanted to test college students' knowledge of firearms. We put guns from Star Wars in a board alongside 2 rifles and a Glock. And unsurprisingly, I learned that liberals want to ban guns that don't even exist. Okay, so out of the guns pictured here, which ones would you advocate to be banned?
Well, to the public, obviously, like this gun looks dangerous. And
Looks
also
dangerous.
this one. And this one. And that one. Ban guns.
Which ones would you ban?
So it looks like this is the this one and maybe this one are the only ones that look like real guns.
All of that.
Off of this list,
Did he just say all the bad ones?
All of that.
Oh, all but that.
off
Okay.
of this list, which guns do you think should be banned?
Yeah. So that's a real gun. That's not a real gun. I think this is supposed to be like an M16, but I'm pretty sure that is I don't think regular citizens can get that anyway. That's definitely not real. And then there was something else that down here that looked like a long barrel rifle.
Ban all of them.
So do you think this gun does equal harm as that gun?
Yeah, in terms of, potentially taking a life.
Does it though?
So this gun is actually from Star Wars. So it couldn't do the same thing as this one. Number 7. In the very first video I ever did for Liberty Hangout, I approached a woman with a feminist shirt on and asked her if she wanted to end women's suffrage since women are obviously suffering under Trump. She was all for it. Hey, I have a quick question. Okay.
Wait a minute. She's saying, do you want to end women's suffrage? Because the girl doesn't understand what suffrage means? Suffrage being the right to vote? Oh, sweetness.
How do you feel about Nancy Pelosi's push to end women's suffrage after Trump got elected?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really keep up much with
But you have a feminist.
Okay, fair enough. We know that politics has become pop culture. So wearing a feminist shirt is probably the least political statement that you could make, especially as a woman these days. But the question was, are you, now that, this was during Trump's presidency. Now that Trump is president, are you happy with Nancy Pelosi's push to end women's suffrage? Meaning ending the right for women to vote.
Shirt on. Shouldn't you keep up with the women's suffrage that's going on?
And so I did want to say though that I do give her credit for being like, all right, I'm not too into this stuff. Hey, we got indie film in the building. The Man Show. Call back. Welcome, buddy. So we're just doing some top 10 moments of Kaitlin Bennett here. If you're not familiar with who she is, waiting for some people to pile in, and then we're gonna do a little bit of background. So you just sit that right there and enjoy. So this girl said that she's wearing a feminist shirt. So Kaitlin went over to ask if now that Trump's president, do you support Nancy Pelosi's push to end women's suffrage? And to her credit, the girl said she's not really into stuff that much. And Kaitlin was saying, well, you're wearing a feminist shirt, so you should know like what that is. And I mean, we'll blow technically, but let's see where it goes.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really keep up much with
But you have a feminist shirt on. Shouldn't you keep up with the women's suffrage that's going on?
Yes, I guess you're right. However, I'm only wearing this shirt because I have an event to go to today.
So basically, she just wants to end women's suffrage. We're suffering under Trump.
Oh, okay. Oh, well then, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're on the same page. Awesome. All right, cool. Bring that up at your event thing that you're going to. Number 6. In April
Got him!
2018, I organized my first open carry demonstration at Kent State University. When liberals on campus got wind of this, they organized a protest to demand gun control and put duct tape over their mouths. Does anyone want to comment on anything that they're doing here? Do you guys want to comment on anything that you're doing here?
Epic
Does anybody want to
protest.
comment on anything that they're doing here, why they're here today? So you have all this media attention around you and you don't want to say anything.
That is every leftist protest that you can think of. You go there, and the point of a protest is to bring awareness to your message, to your issue, whatever it is. But then they just stay silent. And I mean, hey, it's better than yelling and screaming and air horns and all that. But this is not very effective, regardless of what it is, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish.
All right, well, that pretty much sums it up. Number 5. Last summer, I was invited to speak at the big pro-gun rally in Tallahassee, Florida, which coincided with a March for Our Lives event taking place down the street. After the conclusion of our rally, I ventured over to theirs in hopes of having a conversation with David Hogg, but his security guards hauled him away to the bus as soon as I arrived.
So hopefully they'll show him, but if you don't remember David Hogg, he was one of the, I believe, Parkland kids. And then, he went on a whole media tour about, being a survivor and how we need to end all of these, being a young leftist. That's him, that guy. You remember him.
Very convenient. Yeah, I've been home. Bye, David.
Hold up! That's an example of a real man. Someone who will stand up for what they believe in and wear neon shirts.
Number 4. Again, with gun control being all the talk last year on campus, my Liberty Hangout chapter hosted an event called Gun Control is Gun Violence. Changed my mind. One student was so angered by our event that he assaulted one of our members and broke his $1,000 camera.
How about we change that to confirmation bias for you, bud?
Confirmation
We're
bias.
giving you facts. All you've given us so far is we should ban the AR-15 because it's highly passive.
Right there.
You haven't given me one reason other than
We're giving you numbers.
than anything. I mean,
What a
We'll
badass!
do what you will.
One thing that you can tell that this is a very, very, very serious individual. And you take this to the bank with you. If you ever come across somebody who has their hoodie string in their mouth, you don't have to worry about that person.
college, but we're just trying to start a discussion.
The neckbeard doesn't help either. He's really going to town on that paper. Woo!
Dude, you can't do that.
Number 3. Just a few weeks ago at the Women's March, this crazy feminist was so bothered by my questions about firearms that she tried grabbing my mic and hitting my bowl.
Tolerance. Whoa. That liberal tolerance. I'm going to film you filming me doing a crime. Wait up!
In Erie, Pennsylvania to interview
Again, if you're just joining us, we're just going through Kaitlin Bennett's top 10, and then we're going to circle back and see who the hell is Kaitlin Bennett.
protesters. While I was there, an old man threatened to throw me on the ground and rape me. Very progressive.
History. What? Tell me about the.
Don't touch me.
I want to touch it. Don't. Why not? I am allowed to touch her.
No, you are not allowed to touch me.
Yes, I am.
No, you are not.
The goddamn ground and rape her. Because I have rights.
Whoa! If he didn't say the R word, that, oh, well, since that happened, we gotta run that back. Because holy moly, that was aggressive. Holy moly, that was aggressive.
Tell me about the eight.
Don't touch me.
I want to touch it. Don't.
He said,
why not? Hey, I'm allowed to touch her.
No, you are not allowed to touch me.
Yes, I am.
No,
all right.
you are not.
The goddamn ground and rape her.
I can throw her on the goddamn ground and or pay her. This is liberal America. And this isn't some, whiny, Gen Z, whatever. This is clearly an old man who just believes that that is what it is. Hey, we got Divine and Rod in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's be nice. She liked the content. Let's put it that way. I'm going to assume that's what you meant. She liked it for the content.
Because I have rights.
So this man just said that he could rape me if he wanted to.
Look at your supreme.
I don't want. I'm gonna go get the officers because that's disgusting. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. No one touched you. Yes, they did.
I know we did, but we just got to back up away from this lady's store.
Move away. You can move away.
And they all take the old white man's side. That's a sentence you don't hear very often.
Yeah, it was messed up.
I heard that.
And I like how there's women defending him when he just said he could rape me. And there's women defending. I thought we believed women. I thought we supported women. That man just said he could rape me. No, he did not. Yes, he did.
Again.
You're supposed to believe women. Why aren't you believing me? Ma'am.
Believe all women as long as they agree with you.
Why aren't you believing me? You're a woman. I'm a woman. Believe women. Believe women. So this guy is following me. Do not touch me and do not come near me. Yeah, now you realize it. Do not stay right there.
I wasn't really paying attention to the fact that you had me on camera and that, you're actually somebody who,
Not come near me. Oh, we will put it out there. And finally, at number 1, perhaps one of my most viral encounters that liberals continue to take out of context to this day. While at the Erie rally, this large feminist started screaming so close into my microphone that I said, "She's gonna eat it." She got in my face ready to assault me, so I asked her, I
Wow, don't do that. Come on, you're spoiling it. The fun is seeing it. All right. So if you didn't see it in the beginning.
Hey! Oh! Look at her shirt. It's like a boobs run on my shirt because I'm a liberated woman!
Are you though?
I am! That's my top 10 favorite moments from my videos. Which one
Oh, wait, she fucking, where, oh.
was your favorite? Comment below and let me know. And tell me what campus you'd like to
Why did
walk
she
away
say it
from
like
puppet.
that?
Then
She went.
Let's go! Hey! Ho! She's gonna eat it!
So, who have we been watching? This is Kaitlin Bennett. Who is Kaitlin Bennett, you may be asking? We've been to find out. So this is from about 4 years ago, I believe, 3 years ago. So you may remember some of these pictures. She, the newer trend is that graduation cap, they put a little thing on it because when it's sitting, on the back of your head and you got everybody in attendance is behind the graduates, so you can see everybody's little thing. And it says, "Come and take it," with a picture of a gun.
Of capitalism. But the school was so liberal that they never took my message seriously. Even
Where
after
is
my
everyone?
cameraman was assaulted.
Comment of the week from Redefining Rod. We can see Tate University. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
policy prohibits students from carrying firearms on campus, but not guests, Justin said I should come back to campus with a rifle after I graduate to show how I couldn't even conceal carry my handgun as a student, but could come back with an AR-10 and a 30-round magazine strapped to my back later that same day. And I thought, what better place to fight for my right to self-defense than Kent State?
And that's a great way. Again, we talk about like the things that Tim Pool has done, like with his recent "Losing My Mind" video, with the Taylor Lorenz docs libs of TikTok, Times Square billboard. That's the kind of stuff that people need to see in order to have the conversations out of their own realm, where they can use their semantic obfuscation to always trap you into being wrong. It doesn't need to make sense. They just need to stick together.
A campus where 4 unarmed students were shot and killed by the government in 1970. So graduation day came and I never actually ended up walking, but my family came up to celebrate with me anyway and helped make sure that I left behind the kind of legacy that I wanted to. My brother is literally the biggest firearms enthusiast I know, and he is honestly who helped me get into guns and into the Second Amendment. And he loaned me his Palmetto State PA-10 and AR-15 for the day. It was raining like crazy, and even after I had gotten my cute white dress on and my heels, I was ready to scrap the idea altogether because I was bummed out by the rain. If you ever have curly hair, you know what happens in the rain. But Justin and my family encouraged me to go through with it, so we hopped in the car and drove here to Kent State. And sure enough, it stopped raining just enough for me to grab that photo. We were immediately greeted by a campus police officer in the parking lot, since I called beforehand to let them know I would be here taking photos. I didn't want to cause any trouble. I don't know why he had to search my car, but he did, and inspected the rifles in my dad's trunk.
Did he though?
To make sure they were unloaded, even though I would have every single right, legal right, for them to be loaded on campus. Then we came up here to these steps, got the AR-10 out of the bag, and got right to snapping photos. I honestly only envisioned my graduation photo only being taken by the stairs, but Justin suggested that we should get some more by the fountain since it's super pretty. We were only probably down here for 10 minutes since we started hearing thunder rolling, but we were able to get the one photo that made the biggest impact. He put the camera on burst mode and told me just to walk away from him with the rifle on my back. And the rest is history. As soon as we hit that upload button online, my whole entire life would never be the same. And what happened next was not something I would have ever expected. The photo started blowing up online, but not because I had support for the photo, but because liberals on Twitter hated it so much that they made it go viral all around the world. In fact, it didn't even go viral from my own Twitter account, since I only had 500 followers at the time, but from some website called Drunk America that re-uploaded my photo, and it blew up everywhere because this one guy decided to share it and compare me to a school shooter.
So it says, a white person with a gun at school? Safe? LMAO. Yep, sounds like it to me.
This tweet got 500,000 likes, and after my name was attached to it, I was getting hundreds of followers by the minute and countless death threats. And honestly, at that point, I wanted to delete my Twitter, and I wanted to hide from all the hateful messages I was getting. But because of the support of Justin and my family, I eventually learned to ignore it and become a stronger person because of it. After the photo, I can't even count how many interviews I did. My first interview was with a local NBC affiliate, and after that, I was contacted by the Washington Post, USA Today, and the Daily Mail. And then what really changed my life more than anything was when I got a phone call from Fox News asking if I could come on Fox and Friends to talk about my photo. There were a few different shows on Fox that wanted me to come on, but they sold me on Fox and Friends because they said President Trump watches every morning. And I thought that would be so cool. I can't even describe how nervous I was going into the interview, but I don't think I could have handled.
Real quick though, how do we feel about Trump's chances 2024 now that DeSantis did so well, or is doing so well in the election, this election?
Any better than I did.
Would you do it again?
I would do it again, and I wish that I could do it with a fully automatic machine gun. I really thought my fame was going to end with my interview on Fox, but boy was I dead wrong. I think I may have gone more viral for that interview than I did for my photo itself, because at that point hit pieces were starting to be written about me. In fact, the Young Turks had an entire segment dedicated to talking about me, and so did Vice.
Where's my nuclear submarine? I have to fight tyranny.
Yeah.
I have to fight tyranny.
First of all, that's
We don't get to talk about this too often, but it's so silly, this notion that the Second Amendment doesn't apply or ends somewhere. People love to bring up the idea of nukes. Oh, so anybody could just have a nuke? It's like, well, let's talk about that. Where do nukes come from? What division of the government develops these nukes? Oh, you're telling me the government doesn't have a nuke production branch, that it's private companies that sell these arms to the government. So they get to have whatever kind of firearm they want. But regular citizens, no.
It's not even a look. That does not go with that dress, Kate.
Then Shannon Watts, the founder of Moms Demand Action, started attacking me on Twitter for my Fox interview, telling me that I have white privilege because I wasn't arrested for taking a photo with a gun, even though it's 100% legal.
Welcome if you are just joining us. Welcome to the party. I am your host, Lutch, a.k.a. the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. We are taking a look at Kaitlin Bennett, the Kent State gun girl, if you're not familiar, and what she's been doing with her Liberty Hangout in the years since she went viral. Welcome, and if you would do me a huge favor and hit the like button on your way in, that would be amazing.
In fact, the most famous gun control advocates of 2018, David Hogg and Emma Gonzalez, went after me on Twitter as well, and shared memes of me photoshopped into the...
This one from Shannon Watts says, white privilege is a hell of a drug. And then Marie Connor, I don't know who either of these people are. She's talking about being photoshopped.
1970 Kent State shootings. Things
Photoshopped into the 1970 Kent State shooting.
started to slowly die down again from there, and I thought that was the end of the ride for
How dare you? We are no longer friends. Just kidding. Glad to have you back, buddy.
me. But Jim Carrey decided he wanted to make me famous again, and he literally drew a photo of me in front of the devil to try blaming me for a school shooting in Texas.
That's awesome. That is awesome. If Jim Carrey does anything about you, you made it. So the tweet says, and the devil said, quote, thanks a bunch, Goldilocks. Enjoy the show in Santa Fe tomorrow. Someday, real soon, I'll have you for dinner. With this image. Okay, bro.
Without even doing anything, I was back in national headlines thanks to him. All of the attention these liberals were giving me wound up getting the attention of the firearms manufacturer that made my rifle that I used in the graduation photo. I was reached out to by Palmetto State Armory, and they said, hey, we saw that was our rifle in your photo. Want to come down to our engineering facility to build your own? So I absolutely said yes.
So on the election stuff, Indie Film says, Trump 2024, expose the swamp. DeSantis 2028. But here's where I agree with you. I can do without Trump saying crap about DeSantis. And I was just watching a Tim Pool video earlier, and he was making the argument about how Trump is still hung up on 2020. And he was talking about young voters, first-time voters who have just turned 18 in 2024. They are not going to view 2020 and you know, especially the lead up, let's say 2017 till now, they're not going to view that the same way as the rest of us. Their political past is probably only going to start next year. These kids that are voting, a lot of them, and of course that's a very small portion. I mean, not as small now with these mass mail-in ballots, but they don't care about that. It was like when Bosch was talking about Biden, and somebody was like, "Well, yeah, what about all the warmongering he did?" And Bosch was just like, "Oh yeah, I was like a kid. I don't know about that." So, is it really going to be helpful for Trump not only to be talking about the past, but also probably doing a very good job of slinging mud at the arguable the next best option? I don't know.
That was probably one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had over the last year. They flew me down to South Carolina along with my brother and my fiance Justin, and let us tour their facility, build a rifle, and even shoot machine guns. The coolest part was that they made a custom lower for my AR-15 that had an engraving of my graduation photo.
That's cool.
They never asked for anything in return, never told me I had to do any promos for them, and were some of the nicest people I've ever met in my whole life. It must be that Southern hospitality. They even had my back when it felt like the whole world was against me, and did it out of the goodness of their heart. And PSA has been my favorite firearms company ever since. But right when I got back from South Carolina, I found myself making headlines as soon as I got off the plane, because I sarcastically challenged David Hall to an arm wrestle to decide the fate of the Second Amendment. I had already offered to debate him, but that got...
I forgot about that. I remember it now that she says it, but I mean, you know, obviously a small story, but that's hilarious. That's hilarious because she absolutely would beat David Hogg at arm wrestling.
Got nowhere. So I figured if he has the time to share insults about me, then he certainly has time to talk about how he plans on...
Hey, we got Ben Jerome in the building. What's a guanza? How we doing? A fellow Jamaican, I guess. Welcome to the party. We are just looking at a little background on Kaitlin Bennett, aka the Kent State gun girl, and then taking a look at what she's been doing with Liberty Hangout. Welcome to the party, Ben. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Taking our guns. The point of the challenge was to point out the hypocrisy of gun grabbers. That they say they're against gun violence, but want the government to point theirs at us. Because let's be honest, when your arms are that tiny, you're not going to be taking people's guns yourself. And even though
Hey, shouts from Florida. Congratulations on your still governor, DeSantis.
like Hogg and Gonzalez would get away with promoting disgusting insults about me, of course the liberal media decided to selectively report on my arm wrestle challenge, but not the things they shared about me. So what happened? I got more death threats, more hate, and more Hollywood actors attacking me on Twitter. What these people never actually caught on to was that every time they piled on to attack me, my following grew larger and larger. And because of this, I was invited to speak in front of hundreds at a gun rally down in Florida last summer. And ironically, David Hogg was throwing a rally right down the road that same day, so I went over there to try to have a conversation with him about guns, and he ran away from me.
Salty says, it's funny how in some states you can't even conceal carry without getting called out. In Montana, you can do, and I always have my revolver on me. But I got asked and interrogated by a leftist about it. Well, that's what they gonna do. Yes, yeah. So this is Kent State gun girl. So she went for her graduation. She had the come and take it cap. And she took the picture with the gun around her. I don't know if you could see that, but yes, that's exactly her. You are correct, sir. Oh, and we saw this in the other video. Oh, well, maybe you weren't here.
There we go.
And
bye, David.
For Liberty Hangout, since I was already doing that before my graduation photo went viral, while I was a student here at Kent. And of course, these videos, paired with all the dozens of photos I posted with firearms, didn't make liberals happy that I was still around on social media. Nor did they like that I was standing up for actual women's rights and female empowerment. I was sent over 300 death threats on my birthday, and in the past year, I have received 2 phone calls from the FBI about credible threats against my life. It's so amazing that when I stand up for the Second Amendment, they think threatening me will shut me up, but all it did was prove exactly why we need firearms.
Exactly.
In the first place.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, do you not understand that you are proving her point that people need to protect themselves? Obviously not.
No more apparent than when I hosted another open carry event at Kent State in September of last year. I organized a walk on campus with the same goals in mind as my one in April. To talk to students about why their right to self-defense matters here on campus. But we were never actually able to do this because hundreds of Antifa decided to violently protest the event and block us from...
The tweet says, her tweet says, this is how we had to be led back to our cars. Antifa threw fake grenades, assaulted cops, and tried assaulting me, and tried to take a firearm from a gun owner. If you're so violent that cops have to surround peaceful people from you, I have news. You aren't anti-fascist. You are fascist. Exactly. Hello. I'm sorry. I don't know how to read that. DeWall. I'm going to use the N. DeWall. This lady pooped her pants. Guns didn't save her. When did she? Yeah, I'm with Ben. When did that happen? I would love to see that. But welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. Yeah, did this happen? Welcome, Monsieur Boss. I like the name. Welcome.
Actually able to do this because hundreds of Antifa decided to violently protest the event and block us from walking through campus. They really thought they won by preventing a 5'4" blonde girl from walking around to talk about the Second Amendment. But all they did was prove my point for me. All they did was prove how gun owners are peaceful and the gun-grabbing left is violent. All they did was prove that students on campus do need to have firearms because their life could be at risk if they have different opinions than their peers.
So we get the point. That's basically who she is. And I was definitely, one of those people who didn't know any better and listened to the media, listened to other people, and thought I knew everything there that needed to be known. And so I was like, why do you need guns? What do you need that for? Which is obviously a silly question, which I now understand. But so that's what she got her fame for. And then, of course, she parlayed that into a lot, including her page Liberty Hangout. So she does some street talking stuff like we see here, but it's a little bit more elevated than Gen Z doesn't know how to name 3 countries or 3 whatever. So let's see what we got. And if I could please implore you guys to hit that like button, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, wrong one.
What do you think about starting an initiative on campus?
He's already like, are you talking to me?
Here at UK to be more inclusive to women who have penis.
Hey, we got no freedoms in the building. Says you still need to learn more things, and one day you will. Well, I don't think I'll ever. I don't think I'll ever be done.
For them.
I don't think I'll ever be done learning things. I definitely.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be done learning things. I don't ever think there will be a day that comes where I'm done learning, and I hope that you guys don't think that either. And I absolutely agree. I have much to learn again, as do we all. Welcome, No Freedoms.
What about, let's take it one step close, more for inclusivity here on campus.
I want to back.
But free tampons and
fuck?
pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods.
Sounds
What is going on?
great.
Okay. You don't see anything wrong with those statements?
No.
What men do you know
like
with
the
periods?
General use ones like in Willie T have pads. I use them pretty often.
You use them pretty often for what? Ben says, yes, learning is an addiction because the right information can change your situation. Love that, Ben. I love that. Monsieur Balls says some of the pre-op trans aren't bad, I must confess. It has nothing to do with whether they're trans or not. People are people, and some people are assholes, and some people are not. Some of those assholes have gender dysphoria. Some of those assholes decide that they don't have gender dysphoria, but they can get woke points by turning into a whatever, so they do that. But there's also very nice people who have no desire to disrupt anybody else and have gender dysphoria. So it's not about the trans thing. It's about how do you operate in the world. That is what matters to me.
What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom for women who have penises?
That's fine. If it makes them feel comfortable, I don't mind. Like I don't really care about it.
Are you willing to accept that some women do have penises?
Yeah.
We're here today at the University of Kentucky to see if college kids think we should put tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods and urinals in the women's restrooms.
Hell no!
For women who have ding dongs.
No, but I absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that is not bigoted. That has nothing to do with not thinking they exist or anything like that. I am attracted to Bob's and Vagine. Sorry.
I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
Should we put pads and tampons in the men's restroom to be more inclusive to men who have periods?
Inclusive?
Here on campus.
I'm not going to answer the question because I don't want to offend anyone. But...
At least he is saying that that's the reason why he doesn't want to answer. Most of these people in videos like this, you know, we talked about the when we were doing the What is a Woman stream. The people know how to answer that in their mind. When you say what is a woman, they know the answer. But the buffering that happens is them trying to figure out what they are allowed to say.
What? You're not going to say your opinion out of fear of offending someone?
At least he's aware of it. At least he's aware and honest of it. That's one step better than everybody else in this video.
Man, come on. Who do you think? Should we be more inclusive towards trans people by putting urinals in the women's restroom?
I mean, they got to do what they got to do, so I mean, it's not
Do they
though?
Not all women have vaginas. Some of them have penises, right?
I mean, I don't know. I just want.
You don't know? Brother, how did you get all the way to college
my own business. I'm not that big into it. All right.
What do you think?
He's not that big into it. All right, fair enough. I mean, if you're not into it, you're not into it.
I mean,
Should we put tampons in the men's restroom?
It would not bother me because, again, we do not pick who we become and who we are, so it's up to them.
Because not all.
I would agree, but the people who would need those tampons in the men's room or urinals in the women's room would completely disagree with you. And what you said, what you said, we don't pick who we become or what we are, sounds like a biology argument to me. I don't know.
Because men do have periods too, right?
Well, genetically, no. Not well, biologically, no, but that middle area, because it is a spectrum.
What the spectrum?
You know, when you're born, you have an X and a Y chromosome. You can be in the middle, all this.
That's not how that works. See, he's trying. He's trying. But this is what this does. If you're not, in the weeds about this stuff, then you hear these conversations in passing and you don't really get that deep, or you talk about it with other people who don't understand it, and you start to say things like, well, everybody has you have an X or a Y, and it's a spectrum. That's not how that works.
You either have XX or XY.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's what I meant.
It's kind of in the middle. It's just
No, literally, you either have XX or XY.
okay. I'm just gonna
What's your major?
psychology.
And you don't know about.
Another psych major. God damn it. Although I will say that at least during my tenure at Rider University, the other people who were in the psychology program were fucking nuts.
Oh, chromosomes in male and female?
I do know about chromosomes in male and female. I'm
Do you though? Do you though?
just on my way somewhere
Okay.
instead of somewhere.
All right, we'll put tampons in your bathroom. Should we put urinals in the women's restrooms here on campus to be more inclusive to women who stand up when they pee because they have...
Guys, please, can you help me out with the likes? That is the biggest thing that helps this in the algorithm, and we are trying to grow this party and have an amazing time. I kind of learned to read minds. Not exactly, but pretty damn close. And it's something to watch. It's something to watch. Anybody tries to get on an argument with me, and doesn't always go their way. Doesn't always go their way. But of course, I'm a gracious person. And as No Freedom said earlier, I still have lots to learn. And I am very cognizant of that. Any of them says, I'm on that spectrum. I have an X, YX, and YX chromosomes. So what are your pronouns?
Penises.
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
You don't look like you do, bro.
I feel like everybody should have the right to
I'm not gonna go there. That's mean. He's probably a freshman. Let's just leave it there.
identify themselves as who they are, and they should be included. And so if they identify as female, but they were born as a male, so I feel like if they identify as female, then they should have the right to use the female or the women.
Hey, we got Big Brain Strategies in the building. Welcome to the party. Big Brain Strategy says scientific literacy in America is disturbingly low. Oh, I could not agree more with you. I could not agree more. But hopefully, sounds like you do something similar to what I do, and hopefully together we can change that. Because I am the Indian Jesus, here to bring the second coming of common sense. Welcome to the party, Big Brain Strategies. Glad to have you here.
Women's restroom.
Oh, we got another new name. Eamon Lotus. Welcome. Somebody's got to get me a link. I have not heard about her shitting her pants, and I would like to see that right now. Somebody get me a link from Kaitlin Bennett shitting her pants. That would be hilarious. But welcome to the party.
Back
this up a little so we can see where.
As female, but they were born as a male. So I feel like if they identify as female, then they should have the right to use the female or the women's restroom, but don't have the ability to actually,
You got some big bucks to buy $200 AirPods. You could donate to me at CaitlinBennett.org. You can go there. He's got $200. He can buy some merch or donate to my Patreon, patreon.com/CaitlinBennett. Hello. Would you like to have tampons in the men's restroom?
I don't see an issue with it.
Me neither. Yeah, it's necessary. Yes. Should we put urinals in the women's restrooms here on campus to be more inclusive to women who have penises?
Oh, you're on Twitch. Fuck.
I mean, if there's the money in the budget for it, sure.
Okay. Well, what if there was money to put free tampons and pads in men's restrooms for men who have periods?
If there's budget, I don't see a problem.
You see a
I'm
problem
coming for
with
this.
me
Hold on.
asking
Give me
you
one
about
sec.
men having periods?
No, I mean, it's a college campus. There's a lot of ideas to share. I mean,
Look how red he's getting.
What is a period?
Ah! You don't even know!
What's a period?
Biological function.
Of?
What do you... I'm confused. What do you mean?
Yes, we can tell you are confused. All right.
Who has periods?
People with the
People?
organs to do that.
Who has organs to do that?
Okay.
You're uncomfortable.
It's a good question. Yes.
What if I gave you an option between men and women? Who has the organs to have a period?
That's a very good question. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, Bachelor's of Art. It is a soft science and doesn't do shit. No, I mean, I did learn a lot. Did I learn a lot that helped me get a job? Kind of, but no, not really. I mean, I think I already had the type of personality that if I wasn't that person, that I would have gained a lot more from learning about psychology. But it was a lot of stuff that like, oh yeah, I kind of knew that. I didn't realize that was like a thing, but you know, that's what it is. Any Film says tampons are good for bloody noses, so yes, put them in the boys' restroom. That wasn't the question though, sir. The question was for periods. Hey, we got just a cog in the fuckery. Hey girl, how you doing? Said poor guy just tiptoeing all over the place. Yep. Just too scared to speak your mind on a college campus of all places. Monsieur Balls said, I'm gonna drag that out every time because it's a funny name. Monsieur Balls says, obviously Jordan Peterson cannot prescribe drugs, thankfully, as he is a drug addict. Well, obviously, yes, psychology. Well, he can. I don't know what the laws are there, but you know, the difference between psychology and psychiatry. One is a medical science, but you can go further in than a bachelor's in psychology. But let's not make fun of addiction. As a former addict, let's not go there. Any film says we should shift it to, do dogs have periods? Yes. Okay. Which dogs have them? That would get in there. That's a good one.
He needs a girlfriend to understand who has organs to know. If you were to walk into the women's restroom and you saw...
No fucking way. This isn't real. I'm looking at the tweet. This is not real. You should also sign an executive order that you poop your pants as an adult. Oh my God. That's not real. There's no way. I will never believe that's real. Nope. Somebody get some verification, because I don't believe that shitting her pants is real. No way. But thank you for the hookup, Lotus. JP is bitch mate. He took a couple bars and had to go to Russia for detox. Unlike the rest of us who just cold turkey in our basement shivering. I mean, he is a soft dude, but hey, if you've been there, then I'll give you a pass. If you've been there, then you can talk all the shit you want, because you know what it is. Monsieur Ball says, I mean, I'm not one to brand psychology students as flakes. I mean, now it's just college students in general. But back in the day, you know, there was a pretty big difference between a business student and a psychology student. Now it's just all about, you know, the culture stuff. But back in my day,
a woman with a penis, they are using a urinal. Would you be concerned, or would you accept it and be inclusive? What would you do?
It's none of my business.
None of your business that a man is in the women's restroom.
If they're in the women's restroom, then they identify as a woman.
Is that how that works? I'm gonna have to try that out. I've always wanted to be a woman, just for a few minutes, just to see.
Oh. Who would have known men walking into... Okay, don't question anything about men walking into women's restrooms ever. They're just there because they're women. They're not predators. No. Hello. Hello. Oh, thank you.
Huge fans. Huge fans.
That's okay. I'm a strong girl. Oh,
my phone died.
How dare you? You got some spiffy shoes on. I really like them. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
It's real easy. It's not hard or anything. Do you think we should pass an initiative here on campus to put tampons and pads in men's restrooms for men who have periods?
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I mean,
I guess. Great answer.
Men having periods and men having a period. So,
I mean, no, I think I was gonna say something, but I think I'm remembering her own joke.
I say yes. I say men go through hardships. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Not usually bleeding out of your penis, but facts.
Especially if they're having a period. That sounds pretty hard on them, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had one, but I mean, I'm sure there's a couple out there. You know, have a little cramp, a little stomach.
Do you guys think he's trolling? I think he's dead serious. You know, some guys get a little cramp and a stomach ache, you know, put a tampon in, it helps it out. Monsieur Ball says it's a shame what has happened to her boss, Alex Jones. Well, yeah, I mean, that certainly, I mean, he's never going to have to pay $1 billion. And it was definitely a witch hunt, but hey, defamation is, at the end of the day, defamation. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, but he's saying, look what he's saying here.
Okay, something like that. You know.
Come on. Struggle streaming. What is going on?
They're having a period. That sounds pretty hard on them, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've never had one, but I mean, I'm sure there's a couple out there. You know, have a little cramp, a little stomach ache, something like that. You know.
You know it's more than that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just like.
What is a period?
It was like the like scientifically. Okay, well, in the most basic terms, that.
Oh, okay. He's on there.
And then they excrete from the, well, in a man's case, from the penis.
Do men have eggs?
Bro! He really doesn't know what a period is. He really doesn't know what a period is. He's just like, well, I personally have never had one, you know, but men go through some shit. So I'm here for the boys. Even the boys that bleeding out their dicks. Wait a minute.
Eggs?
I'm gonna have to.
I guess to shed that uterine lining, right?
It's 2019.
It's 2019. Genetics can change.
Everything can change.
Penises turn into vaginas.
Yes. I mean, come on now. I mean, technically we all have both.
Should we put tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods?
Who doesn't sell bullshit supplements?
I would say yes, because myriads are real.
I know she didn't just say that. I know she didn't just say that. Just give me a minute. She said, yes, myriads are real. And I know too much about how Gen Z talks to not know what that means. All right. I just needed a minute.
I would say yes, because myriads are real.
Myriads? What is that?
A man period.
Do women have penises? All right, well, okay, we don't know who has penises and vaginas. Okay, have a good day. Hope you figure it out. Here's a free lesson in natural sciences. Men don't have periods. Take it to the bank. Should we reinforce that and say that's okay? Or should we say, whoa, you're not really a woman, come on.
You know, I do science, I do physics. That's what's simpler. I like to stick to that. This is complicated, right? I want to.
No, this sounds like science to me, men and women.
This is complicated. Oh, no. And he says, well, that's so transphobic to say that men have myriads and not periods. Well, yeah, because we can't say women. We have to say pregnant persons or individuals with cervixes. Right? So indie film is right on point. Well, I can't believe they let that go by. I'm a woman. I don't get no bullshit called a myriad. It's a period. If you want to support, what is it? InfoWars, buy your myriad supplements now.
Women, vaginas, chromosomes, penises, genetics.
Yeah. Sure. There is science to that. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. But at the heart of it, like I said, defamation is defamation. That is what you're talking about. You know, the ability to question the mainstream narrative is why they went so hard on him. But the fact is, in a court of law, you cannot get a ruling based on trying to question the narrative. They've got to get you on something, as shady as they want to be. And frankly, Alex Jones didn't make it that hard. When it came to Parkland. He straight up defamed people and caused a lot of damage to families that were already grieving. Is it worth $1 billion penalty? No, I don't think so. But defamation is not is not covered under the law, nor should it be, in my opinion.
Asking students today if men have periods and if women have penises. You're a science teacher.
That was a
Teach
teacher?
that in physics? I'm not sure. That's a science professor. What do you think about putting tampons and pads in the men's restroom here on campus for men who have periods?
Yeah, absolutely. That's essential.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more than people think.
What, men having periods?
Yeah.
By God. Did you tell them to seek medical help if men are having periods?
Well, trans men have periods.
Oh, okay. Okay, explain that one to me.
Yeah, so people who have transitioned from female to male, obviously.
Well, wait a minute. I thought you can't transition from female to male because those are biology. You would transition from woman to man. See, they're messing up these kids' heads. It's hard enough for that's what happens, guys. Yes, somebody didn't like the content that I did whenever and decided that they needed to click do not recommend this channel because they didn't like the content. So it looks like I am shadow banned. So again, if you can hit the like button, share, all of that kind of stuff. Chat really helps. Comment when the video is done. All that good stuff. But we got Lil Toes in the building. What is good, brother? This guy is, in fact, quite silly. Don't be sorry. He is silly, very silly. Freedom says, I don't believe in fairy tales. So I don't understand why they're talking about dreams and made up shit. Because they believe it. He's silly, but does he look like he's joking? Does he look like he's having a laugh? He's being dead serious about this. Anyfilm says, do you have any men in your family that have had periods? Like, did your father have periods? Did your grandfather? Yeah, that's definitely a good way to go about it. But of course, then well, no, back then we were so transphobic that even if my grandfather was a trans woman, then blah, 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 blah. Yeah, No Freedom says, if I identify as a dog, can I go around screwing dogs? Better yet, if I identify as a child, can I go around, where does it end? Where does it end? Yeah, right, I love those. So what about weapons of mass destruction, or what about them? What are we talking about? We're talking about tampons in the bathroom, homie. Where you at?
They might still have periods, and if they identify as male, they have the right to go into the men's room. But if
see, again, he's mixing it up. Men, according to your ideology, sir, a man isn't necessarily a male. So you're using them interchangeably. And that, my friend, is transphobic.
they're still having periods, they have the right to have, the products they need.
Do you remember me? We had class together that one time.
We are freshmen.
We had class together that one time. Do you guys think we should be putting free pads and tampons in the men's restroom for men who have periods?
You know how they have those things with condoms? You could just make one set of that and just put them in both bathrooms, and then that really defeats the purpose. It's and it'd probably be easier to mass produce as well. Just that one system instead of two.
Do you?
See, I like that. I like the way this guy's thinking in terms of how it's not. He's not even engaging with that question as that she's trying to be antagonistic. That part went right over his head. You heard him say that he was a freshman. This was a few years ago, before all this stuff was right where it is now. But he was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we're talking about okay. So what will be the best way to do this?" It didn't even faze him. It didn't even faze him. So we're talking about men getting periods.
I think we should put tampons in men's restrooms for men who have periods.
Men who have periods? What? Talking about transgender people?
What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom for women who have penises?
That's fine. If it makes them feel comfortable, I don't mind. I don't really care about it.
Are you willing to accept that some women do have penises?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for like people. I just want people to feel comfortable. Like if they want to use the women's
Just
restroom,
like-
I have no problem with.
Just like live your truth and whatever is like the best like thing, like just like whatever, like it doesn't like matter. Like I have no problem with that.
Has anyone ever told you you look like Brian Stelter?
No.
Got him.
You do.
I'm late for
I'm
You
definitely
know,
not
regular cis men, you know, don't
This
necessarily
guy
have
can.
to have a urinal per se. It could be nice.
Wait, he said regular cis men don't need a urinal, but make it make sense. Make it make sense. Anyone says, I would love to go back 6 months later and look at those machines and see the ratio of tampons to condom use in each restroom. That I don't want to get using that. Wilto says, holy shit, have you heard about big cities like Chicago not around? Yeah, dude, that's old news. That's old news, brother. Where there was a whole thing with Kathy Hochul from New York talking about how bringing this up and bringing up how cashless bail or no bail is skyrocketing crime rates. And she's trying to talk about, well, we've had like a 20% decrease, leaving out that we had like a 90% increase last year or 2020 or whatever. So yeah, it's gone down. It went super high up and then it went down a little bit. So she's yeah. And it's because of policies exactly like this. I don't know if that's the exact policy in New York City, but right along those lines. Yep. As for most nonviolent crimes, and I am all fucking teeth today. Is that a saying? I don't know. You know what I mean. Almost all nonviolent crimes and some violent crimes, same day release for $0. Now, I'm not a fan of keeping people locked up simply because they cannot pay. However, the bond system is there for a reason, specifically to make sure that people don't do this and then get out of jail and go do it again. I do appreciate these warnings, no freedoms. That helps a lot. Thank you.
You said regular cis men. Why don't that just be a
See, I knew it was weird when he said it.
regular man?
It would be a regular cis man.
What's the difference?
Cis just means that you identify as the gender that you were born as.
How should I approach people if I don't
That sounds like language with extra steps.
know what they are? Should I say, hello, sir, man? Should I just guess?
There's a couple ways to go about it.
Use gender neutral language, or you could just ask if you care that much.
I generally, if I'm not sure, I avoid words like sir or ma'am. If you're not sure,
I try to avoid respect and courtesy and tradition because, you know, we live in a new world now, so it is what it is. Wolf and wolf self. I'm not sure if you're specifically referencing the girl that did this. I don't know if you were here one of the first TikTok review that we did. There was literally a girl who was talking about this.
is always a good pronoun to use.
Men don't have periods.
Cis men don't have periods.
Cis men don't have periods, but some men do.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for the lesson.
Do they though?
I appreciate it. Thank you. You want to jump in? You guys can do it together.
I just know that if I don't say profanities, this probably won't get played, but Kentucky does not stand for sexism, Islamophobia, things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know, Kentucky doesn't, New Jersey doesn't. Where are y'all from? Anybody there actively support RPay or sexism or transphobia? Me neither. Me neither.
Kentucky doesn't. Who's standing for that type of stuff?
I know the people surrounding me at the University of Kentucky, and I know
Who?
that this.
Do these people?
This is gonna
She said
support
the people at the University of
and you don't
Kentucky are. Are any of you guys?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're trying. You probably won't play this because we're standing up to things like that, and that's.
This is a perfect example of stop trying to win an argument and just have a conversation. Because in trying to preempt yourself and in trying to win the interaction, now she still got content out of you. Kaitlin still got content out of you. And now you are the girl who thinks everybody else around them is an ARPist. Stop trying to win an argument and just have the conversation.
Okay, where do you see around? Who are you standing up to?
I just wanted to put this message out there, but I have studying to do. I don't know about you, but I study.
You gotta study because there's no one on this campus who's doing. What's your major?
It's Spanish and art history.
Yes, it is.
What were you
She goes, yes, it is. Because I'm not gonna do shit with that.
Liberty Hangout right here. We're the #1 YouTube channel on YouTube.
Oh, seriously? I'm gonna give you guys a follow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, #1. We have the most subscribers out of any channel.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Should we put tampons and pads in the men's restroom to be more inclusive to men who have periods?
I mean, sure. Why not? Wouldn't hurt anything.
Nobody? Nobody's gonna say it.
I don't know. I mean, Jesus.
Jesus.
Think about it. I'm gonna ask you a different question. Should we put urinals in the women's restroom to be more inclusive to women who have penises?
I mean, if it doesn't hurt anybody, I don't see what the problem of having it is.
What do you think about putting urinals in women's restrooms for women who have penises and they just want to stand and pee?
I think people just making too big of a deal about it.
Hey! Finally, the first person who's actually like, hey, wait a minute. That's a weird question. That's a weird question. And I think that is not a weird reaction to a weird question. Yet somehow, she's been going around for 13 and a half minutes, and not one person has said, hey, that's weird. They've acted weird. They felt weird, but they haven't said it was weird. First guy. But I bet you he's still, well, no, he seemed pretty up in arms about it. So he's probably like that. He's probably got no freedoms with that one. Just kidding, bud. Again, guys, please, like the button. Hit the like button. It takes 1 second. It's free. Please.
Sure.
Naughty words. Okay, so we should or shouldn't?
I mean, I don't really care.
Okay. What about tampons and pads in men's restroom for men who have periods?
If you're really getting that worked up about it, why does it matter? Like, I don't care. It's just sitting there. I'm not gonna take it.
Okay, so we should provide men with tampons.
I mean, if a dude wants a tampon for some reason, he can have a tampon. That's not my business.
What would he use it for?
I don't know. That's his problem.
What would he use a pad for?
His problem.
That's a true libertarian position. I mean, theoretically, I agree. I certainly wouldn't be upset if I saw tampons in a men's room. I would definitely be like, what the fuck is happening to this country? But, I mean, not the hill I'm going to die on.
Do you think they should seek medical advice if they're having bleeding?
I mean, if they want to, I don't really care. Why should I care?
I don't know. I care about people. If they're bleeding out of their penis, I would want to.
I care about people's personal rights. They can do whatever they want.
Hey!
High five. Cool. What would you do if you walked into a restroom here on campus and there was a basket of free tampons for men?
I just stare at it and be like, what the hell?
You wouldn't be like, oh yeah, some men have periods.
No.
It took us over 14 and a half minutes of a 20-minute video for her to find somebody who would actually say that men don't have periods. Now, usually when we're watching the street talking type of videos, usually we're like, okay, we have to, we have to keep in mind that the person is editing this and probably talking to a lot of people and probably editing out the responses that they don't want. But I have a feeling that every single person that she talked to that actually said, oh, men don't have periods, or no, we shouldn't do that, that's stupid. Of course she's going to put that in there. Why wouldn't she? She knows that's what we're all waiting for. If she's smart, she would, and she's got a lot more subscribers than me, so I'm going to guess she is. Finally. Thank you, brother.
Are you telling me you don't think men have periods?
Yeah.
Because it's my understanding that men don't have vaginas.
Yeah.
Some men do. I mean, Bernie Sanders, I'm pretty sure he has one. What's in your laptop case? Your laptop. Are you sure? That's not what I heard. I have an important question for you. What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom?
Like, that's not what I heard. Look at this guy. I need to run that back because I love these little moments that aren't meant to be a thing. But just think about You're just at the University of Kentucky, just walking to class or walking back from class or whatever, and that happens. Does this seem like a guy who's ready for some friendly banter or not? Oh, don't do this to me.
What's in your laptop case? Your laptop. Are you sure that's not what I heard? I have an important question for you. What do you think about putting urinals in the women's restroom for women who have penises?
I don't care about
Cut it. What do you think about starting an initiative on campus here at
Oh,
UK
our
to be more
boy is
inclusive?
back. This is our boy from the beginning of the video, and we know how this ends. If you're just joining us, it's funny. So I just want to point out something that I'm noticing now. We've already got the neck beard with the unkempt hair. See, my hair is pretty, and my beard is clean. He's got a whatchamacallit, what is this symbol? It's the super typical circular around the wrist type tattoo, but it's somebody remind me. I know what that is. I don't fully remember. But I'm pretty sure it's something gay. I don't remember though. Take two. What the fuck is going on?
To women who have penises, and we can put urinals in the women's restroom for them.
Sounds fantastic.
Oh,
Fantastic.
What about, let's take it one step close, more for inclusivity here on campus.
You're already trying to
Put
run.
free tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
You don't see anything wrong with those statements?
No.
What men do you know with
The
periods?
General use ones like in Lily T have pads. I use them pretty often. So
Do you now?
I use them pretty often. So
Should we put tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods?
Froshies.
Sure.
What?
Hey! This kid is the future of America right here. The future of America. Willing to stand as a freshman at a liberal university college campus saying men don't have periods. That is the future of America, ladies and gentlemen. So we have free diapers for babies and old people. I mean, why do women get free shit? Exactly.
First
Fine.
one to correct me today.
The first one.
Well, they don't. Girls have periods, not guys.
What if we took it one step further and put urinals in women's restrooms for women who have penises?
What is pink dolphin? That has a
Yeah,
pink
anybody have a
dolphin.
problem with
shirt.
that?
What does
You
that
think
mean?
girls on this campus would have a problem walking in and there's a dick hanging out?
I mean,
Should we just say it's too bad, we got to be inclusive? Like, if girls are upset about it, should we say we got to be diverse and inclusive?
it's not that simple, but yeah, we should. Yeah.
Too bad, ladies, if you don't want to see a
Sucks
penis
to
in your
suck.
bathroom. Too bad.
Too bad.
All right, you heard it there. All right, you guys need to
True
go to Chick-fil-A
feminist.
more, get some more blessings.
She's good. She's good with the quips. Go get some Chick-fil-A, get some more blessings.
Hi, sir.
That's a good one.
Would you like tampons in your bathroom? What?
Why? Why are you
I
asking?
don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
trying to pull here. Maybe we can be tampons in men's restrooms.
are you trying to go like make it trans? Are you talking about like against trans?
No, I'm asking if you think
Again, trying to win the argument.
that we should have.
Now, on the other hand, that doesn't mean that you just go along with somebody who's clearly she has an agenda. Clearly, she's trying to make a video about how college students will say or won't say that men don't have periods. They won't say that. Clearly, that's her agenda. So there is sense in being weary of somebody with a camera who's asking you questions about stuff that could theoretically, unfortunately these days, get you in trouble. But instead of trying to win, if you just have the conversation, then you won't have to worry about saying anything wrong because you can just say the things. We're just messing. Just because in reality, we don't get free tampons. Not only do those machines cost money, they're almost always empty. Of course, we're only playing around. I mean, it's just it's a thought experiment that is meant to, or not a thought experiment, a social experiment to get people, like I was saying before, about with the question, what is a woman? That people know the answer. They know how to answer that question. But when you ask them and they don't answer, and they, they're thinking about what they're supposed to say, as opposed to just saying what they think.
Tampons from men who have periods.
No comment. I'm not.
Why not?
I'm good.
Very up.
I'm good. I don't have to give my opinion. You know.
You get a good picture of me?
You want a better one?
Yeah, go ahead. He said he likes answering questions. I have.
What a loser. What a loser. Taking pictures from afar, but not willing to have a conversation.
Two very progressive questions for you. Are you a progressive?
I'm a big conservative.
Ooh.
Are you Kaitlin Bennett? But you look like her.
I look just like her. I sound just like her. We have the same length hair,
Okay.
same eyes, but I'm not her, believe it or not.
I know. No.
Crazy you would assume that. Okay, talking about assuming,
Yeah.
should we put urinals in women's restrooms here on campus to make women with penises feel more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to make everyone.
I thought you were conservative! Again, I personally would not care in a realistic sense. But certainly for the sake of conversation, no, that is not something that I want my tuition money being put towards.
Feel included.
I thought you said you were a huge conservative.
I am.
Dripping.
Dripping?
Are you though?
Dripping. That's a good. I like that because it's a good transition to my question, talking about dripping and all this stuff. Do you think we should put tampons and pads in the men's restroom for men who have periods?
Men have periods?
Hey!
That's what I heard on Twitter.
I disagree with that.
I don't need them, so I don't really care what they do. But I don't need them personally, so
Are there any men that need tampons?
I don't know any.
I'll just have to plead the fifth. And
What makes you so scared to say your opinion?
I mean, it's just the campus that we're on is very liberal, and I don't really consider myself a liberal, and I get in trouble pretty easy. So
I just think women are women, men are men.
There we
DNA.
Okay, here we go. We talked to a man earlier, a conservative man, and he's like, I can't say it. I'll get in trouble on campus. Here's a lady. Conservative ladies are so much stronger than conservative men.
Well, much more masculine than men, sure. In this instance, that is manifesting as bravery, but that doesn't mean that all that. I just got a second look at homeboy over here. No comment on that. I lost my train of thought. Smile more over here. I was taking my breath away.
You got it. Let's get a picture.
It's Liberty Hangout is the website or the YouTube channel to check out.
Yep, YouTube channel is Liberty Hangout. Hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you get alerted of every single video we do. Coming to an end on our campus tour here, so you want to get the rest of that. Will you subscribe?
Too. I'll check it out first. Yeah.
All right. So that the trans issue obviously is one that is hard for people to take an opinion on, especially on a college campus where there's going to be there's going to be pushback, or if not pushback, that the climate is tilted very much towards the left wing. So this is a more recent video from 9 months ago, right around, I don't remember exactly when Roe v. Wade was overturned, but it was right around this area. So she is at a I don't know if it's a Schmarschen clinic, as we call it on this channel. I don't know if it's a clinic or if it's a Planned Parenthood or what exactly it is. But I am not a huge fan of this type of protest. I think that people who, regardless of the good and evil, as this video is titled, regardless of the good and evil of the action, I don't think that going to people who are dealing with the practical issue as they are dealing with it is the best way to do it. I think the people who are pulling up into this parking lot and going into that building have already made a decision. And all you're doing by antagonizing them is creating a situation where now they are they're in a lose-lose. They're in a lose-lose because either they have to go and get this traumatic they don't have to, but either they choose to go and get this traumatic experience, or then they back down and it doesn't rub me the right way. As I've said many times, as it comes to the law, I do not believe the government has the right to get in between you and your doctor. But as a moral issue, I do, in fact, 100% believe that life begins at conception, and that there is really no justification beyond life of the mother and arguably RPA. But even there, it's still a life. I think that is a practical exception that we as a society can deal with. I think that's a it's rare enough that we can carve those out. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see what Kaitlin has to say.
She has Black Lives Matter on her car, and she's blocking the testimony from a black woman.
There's your
I thought you thought.
There's your Antifa starter kit. You got your fist, you got your rainbow. I don't know what that is.
And she's blocking the.
Science is real. Feminism is for everyone. No humans are illegal, except the one in your womb, right? And kindness is everything.
Testimony from a black woman. I thought you thought black.
Yes. If you make decisions, you should have to you should have to deal with the consequences of those decisions. I'm okay with starting child support, at conception. I think that if you there's cost involved with carrying a baby, and it takes two to tango. So yes, don't want to do it. Wrap it up.
Black Lives Matter. I witnessed
Wrap it
someone's
before you
life
tap it.
being saved, and you did that. So come here, because I'm so proud of you. I just don't get why you're wearing a mask outside. That's ridiculous.
Care about people.
You do not care about people.
Spreading COVID.
Spreading COVID. You're spreading death. We are here outside of an abortion mill in Florida where it is legal to kill your baby up until 24 weeks gestation. We are with a pro-life group who I'm very glad to say has already saved.
I don't want to force anyone to do anything. I would that's because what that means is that if we have a law that now we're introducing the government's ability to exercise their monopoly on violence. So, no, I don't want to force anyone to do anything. This is precisely why I don't agree with this type of protest. I want to change the culture before this happens so that A, people aren't so promiscuous or at least are safer when they're doing it. And if they do have an unplanned pregnancy, then they already have the information to know that even though abortion is legal, that it's an extremely immoral thing to do. I don't know why that's very complicated.
One baby today, and many more where that comes from every single week. We are going to show you the difference between the people who want to save life and those who want to end it. And of course, there's some things that we can't.
And see, that's not even. I mean, that is fair from her perspective, but we all know that that's not what these liberals think. And there's intent matters. Intent matters. If you don't believe that you are killing a human, then there's a difference. Is it enough to change my stance on the issue? No, but there's a difference between, going on a killing spree for fun and you being an irresponsible little 304 and, wanting to fix your mistakes and not believing that you're actually doing anything wrong. I think those situations are not identical. Freedom says, if you don't want that procedure, then close those legs. But you're okay with forcing men to work to... What's the first part of that sentence? No, Freedoms. If you don't want a procedure, then close those legs. If you, sir, don't want to have to pay child support, then put your dick away or wrap it up. It's not that hard. Even when most men who can't pay end up in jail or homelessness and can't see their kids. Yes, that is an argument not to have kids if you can't afford them. That is the whole point. The whole point of offering these procedures for free and widely and freely accessible is that we end up with exactly the situation that you're talking about. It's not my responsibility for those people to take care of their family. It's their responsibility. I don't... what is the disconnect? Pause. What is the disconnect? It's... So again, I am okay, Freedom says, with forcing women not to get the procedure, just like I am okay with forcing. Yeah, I mean, we agree. So what? It sounds like you're arguing with me. Am I just getting riled up? Am I getting defensive? All right. Deep breath. Let's move on.
Can't show you here on social media. So go to libertyhangout.tv to get the full uncensored footage, and maybe you'll learn a thing or two about how to save life.
Good one.
So is her car pink because of Planned Parenthood?
Oh, I'm sure it's pink because of Planned Parenthood. I'm probably not going to say a word to her because of last night.
Pro-choice clinic escort. That's what those the pink pennies.
Do they have masks on outside? I don't get it.
This is the last standing abortion mill in Polk County that performs abortions. There is a Planned Parenthood down that way, I believe, but they do not perform abortions. They only do referrals.
See, this is what I don't like about it. The fact that there's kids around, and this is whether you have a very strong opinion on it or not. It is a nuanced and heavy topic. I don't think this is appropriate for children on either side of the fence. Literally, this is not a place for a child. You don't understand. You don't have the capacity to understand the philosophical nuance of what is life. So you're out here bidding for what your parents think, whether it's right or wrong. You're bidding for their ideological beliefs. And I specifically know somebody who did this with their parents when they were a kid and turned out to be a super liberal atheist and now is very unhappy that he did that. And again, regardless of what you think about what adults are doing on either side of this fence, this is not for kids. If we can say that drag queen story hour is not for kids, then I think talking about this procedure is also probably not appropriate for kids for the exact same reason. So I said, we should watch some Crowder on some of these topics in another stream. The problem is that yeah, we could definitely do that. I'm waiting whenever he comes up with a new change my mind. I'm happy to cover that. The problem is that he already the way that people like him or Tim Pool or even like Jimmy Dore on the other side, Kyle Kalinske, and all these people, their shows are already what they are. So it's like I pretty much I don't watch every Crowder video, but I'll at least click on it and see. I usually skip through it after a couple of seconds if I don't find it interesting. But that's not really something that I can add too much to. And so while we definitely kind of ride that line with the fair use, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how not to get as many copyright claims once I'm monetized, unless you guys come through for me with them super chats. But it's just it's just there's not much for me to add. So there was a great podcast from Dave Smith, Part of the Problem, today that I was considering talking about, but he's reacting to Bill Maher's No Rules segment from this week, and he says it. So it's like it's more like, hey, you guys should watch this. But like for me, I need something where I can have something to add. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here stealing other people's content. And Phil says, my 2-year-old just asked me if the Supreme Court just ended Roe. I'm literally shaking. Whoop, that veteran, not my kid. That little troll, no.
I love how they take pictures of us as if like we should be embarrassed or like we should be scared of. No, like I'm very proud of what the signs that were. Well, I'm not proud of the.
Well, exactly, Kaitlin. That's the point. You can be proud of it because you know what you're being proud of. How do you know that these children are going to be proud of it? That's indoctrination, and I don't think that's good.
What's happening on these signs, but I'm on the right side of the fence, so if that's okay. Take picture. Oh no, this person doesn't support killing babies. Oh no. Okay, so she's putting up a sign that says, if it's not your body, it's not...
I think it says your decision. You're working here. You're making the wrong decision by working here. It's not. I guess.
See, did you hear the kid? Did you hear the kid? You're making the wrong decision by working here. He may be right. But he doesn't know that whether or not he believes that. That is not what the marketplace of ideas is supposed to be about. Getting people to just parrot the things that you think and having more people on your side. That's not what this should be. It's not a game. These are literally people's lives. And now, like I said, the person that I know who did this stuff, was brought to this stuff as a kid, is now a super pro-life, super liberal, leftist, socialist. Go down the list. So you tell me.
So you didn't read that literature that we gave you last time. It doesn't. Then what did it say?
I'm not cool with that. Little kid, this is not a playground. Children don't belong here.
How can you? Black Lives Matter.
Do they matter in the womb? All humans are illegal. What?
No humans
are illegal. What about the ones in the womb?
Science didn't create Earth. God created the whole Earth. He created you. That's why you're here.
This is a perfect example of how they replace religion. They replace that emptiness that they feel in them when they don't have something holy and good and that religious aspect to look to.
Just for future reference, no, for anyone, I don't know if you care, but the only word that made me not put it up was the 304 synonym. Just for future.
This is their religion. This is not just a political ideology to these people. These symbols, this is their crucifix.
What did she just say? She is so on point. Do I not talk about this all the time? I talk so often. And I think it was Salty Plays who shared again from Dave Smith, that short where it talks about the left likes to act like they're the party of reason. Hey, we got Celibate Scorpion in the building. What's going on, girl? Glad to have you here. She's watching some Kaitlin Bennett, the Kent State gun girl. What was I saying? Yeah, but the notion that this is dogmatic, that they are the party of science and they trust the science and all of that, but they're just as dogmatic as religious people. That's a bad thing on both sides, but at least religious people, for the most part, understand that their faith is a faith. Now, we might be splitting hairs on, what that does to actual behavior. But again, that's the point. That is the point. Listen to it again.
Replace that empty. This is a perfect example of how they replace religion. They replace that emptiness that they feel in them when they don't have something holy and good and that religious aspect to look to. This is their religion. This is not just a political ideology to these people. These symbols, this is their crucifix. This is their rosary. This is their Blessed Virgin Mary. These are the symbols of their religion. This is not just a difference of opinion. This is
dogma. That's what it is. It is dogma. And so the answer is not to go back to the other dogma or replace your dogma with a different dogma. It is to get rid of dogma and operate on reason. That is it. We got Ombre76 in the building. Says right, but their dogma is backed by science, not belief, so it is superior. Incorrect, sir. Either side, I don't even know who you're talking about. I don't know who but either way, the dogma is by definition not scientific. That is what dogmatic means. So if it's scientific, then it's not dogmatic. If it's dogmatic, it's not scientific.
This is their religion. And the fact that she carries this around with her, like a Catholic would carry around rosaries, or a Christian would carry around a cross necklace. She carries this around with her. These symbols are representative of their religion.
She was looking. We can help you, ma'am.
So what's happening here is the abortion escort is trying to block this woman, a mother who has unfortunately made the grave mistake of getting an abortion. She's trying to give her testimony to a woman who just came out of the clinic. We're not going to show her face, but she's trying to block the testimony to let this woman know over here on the other side of the fence, she doesn't have to do this. If this is what she is doing, if this is really about choice, why isn't she letting, she has Black Lives Matter on her car.
Again, I don't know. Is that the battleground? If you're already in the building where they're doing the thing that you don't want them to do, maybe that's not the battleground. I mean, the next step is literally getting violent, as we've seen. People, planning things like explosives in these types of buildings. That's what dogma does. That's what dogma does. I agree with that, hombre. I agree with that. I was saying I don't like that this is, I think the overwhelming majority of people who are there have already made their decision. Now, they say that there's a couple people that, they talk out of it. Okay. I mean, I can't really argue against that. That's one life saved, I expect. I just think that instead of using this tactic to save that one life, maybe there are better ways to go about affecting the culture to save way more lives, which isn't harassing people and doesn't involve indoctrinating your children.
And she's blocking the testimony from a Black woman. I thought you thought Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter, let her share her testimony. Black Lives Matter, right?
Does her Black Lives Matter? Please meet me at the mattress firm real quick. 2 seconds.
If this was
a look at fuck. You can see here.
Meet me at the mattress firm real quick.
This kid right here. How old do we think this kid is? Do we really, really think that he's old enough to contend with this issue? I think that's, not as irresponsible as killing your child, but that's irresponsible parenting.
2 seconds.
If this was about choice, why can't she share her option and her testimony? Why can't she do that? I can't hear you with your mask on outside. Real quick, guys, if you want to do something positive to help support life this month, we are running a fundraiser at lhmerch.com where you can get this shirt right here that says Overturn Roe v. Wade, and 100% of the proceeds are going to a pro-life pregnancy crisis center in Tampa that's located right beside an abortion mill that helps women choose life and supports them through their pregnancy and after as well. So make sure you
go help out Kaitlin, and while you're doing it, you can help me out as well, and just a little something,
You click the link that's pinned in the comments below, and while you're there,
come on.
Difficult choice when she
and clear.
She made the most difficult choice when she arrived today.
No, she made that. She did make a difficult choice, but that choice was not hers to make, because she had made a previous choice to engage in activities which she knew could end in a pregnancy. So yes, I can empathize with the fact that that is a difficult choice. That doesn't speak to the morality of it. Sorry.
Do you think this helps after the decision has been made?
What help are you going to give her after she made that decision? What help are you going to give her? What help are you going to give her? When she's suicidal, when she turns to alcohol, when she wants to kill herself because of the guilt, and you walked her in there. What help are you going to give her?
Damn.
What help are you going to give her?
You're speaking from an
Answer my question. What help are you going to give her?
Uneducated because she didn't have an abortion, or uneducated because she doesn't know? And I did too, and I'm telling her that the decision that she's going to make is going to...
Then why can't she share it? Why are you blocking?
Why can't I just tell my part?
You don't know other people in their faces, that's why.
We're not in their faces. No, we're not. We're literally not allowed to be in the faces.
Get off the fence.
You guys are murdering children and you're worried about a fence.
Get off the fence.
Call the cops. Please get the cops back out here then. Hi, are you filming or are you just taking a picture? My name is Kaitlin Bennett. I am with Liberty Hangout. We are a pro life right here, Liberty Hangout. I have a YouTube channel. We have a Facebook page with almost 1 million followers. And thank you for helping spreading the message right now of the work that we're doing out here. You should turn around so that everyone can see your face. You're walking people into this clinic to be murdered. To be murdered. It is quite ironic.
She's good. She's good on the mic. She is definitely good. I will give her that. So Scorpion says, exactly. She made the decision to bring a baby into existence. And yeah, I mean, because think about it this way. I think if you were in a Sophie's Choice type situation where you have 2 kids and you have to kill one of them, that's a tough decision, right? But you wouldn't be put in that position. Unless, no, okay, I didn't see Sophie's Choice, so I don't know. Or see, whatever. But I just know she had to kill one of the kids. And that wouldn't make it okay. That wouldn't make it okay that she killed one of her, her 3-year-old child because it was a difficult decision. Okay, it's a difficult decision. Yeah, because it's a big thing to do that has drastic effects. And Freedom said, yeah, she didn't care about her choice. She wanted that big long, and she got it. I don't care about, no, Freedom says, those women, if they do those things, so be it. Scorpion says, because everyone knows there is only one way to get pregnant. So you protested before. Fair enough. But the biggest thing I was saying is that if you're an adult, that's one thing. The biggest problem I have with it is the bringing children there. I don't think it's appropriate for children. I don't think it's appropriate subject matter. I don't think it's appropriate to indoctrinate them, and I don't think they are capable of understanding, the what they're involved in. Omar says, if I engage in unhealthy drinking, does that mean I should be denied medical attention? No. Who's denying medical attention? Are we calling Schmorschen medical attention? Because what happens if you so let's say you have alcohol poisoning, right? So at that point, you would be in a state where you would need involvement that we would call medical attention. What is the medical attention that is being provided at the point of the procedure? Honestly, Scorpion, maybe some of them do. Honestly, they understand the concept of murder, but they legitimately do not see this procedure as ending a human life. They're not lying. They literally don't get it. I agree, but they literally don't get it. They literally don't think that's what it is. That's why they use terms like compasels. I mean, the left is good at their semantic obfuscation. But they really do believe that stuff. That's the result of the semantic obfuscation. The fact that they are a party of science and drawing a line of where life begins at anywhere other than conception is completely arbitrary and not scientific. But because of the words they use and the rhetoric that they use, you're good to just murder. So Freedom says, so if he crashes his car, should he? No. What are you talking about? This is not a good analogy. So again, if you crash your car, that you're making a choice. Nobody's talking about being drunk. So you brought that up, but that's not analogous. If you need medical attention, yes, you should get medical attention. If you break the law, yes, you should face legal consequences. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Ombre said the removal of a parasitic growth living off her body. Well, if that's what we're talking about, then yes. But it's not her body. It is unique DNA. It is unique DNA from hers. She created unique DNA. And that is called a person. And persons have rights. Scorpion says a person is declared clinically dead when the heartbeat stops. A baby's heartbeat begins at around 5 weeks of pregnancy. Just because, as I see it, it's not my place to assume why people are making a certain choice. I don't have to agree with it, though. RPE and ectopic pregnancy does happen. And that's why I think that is absolutely, a fair carve-out. It's rare, and practically it makes sense. So those are fine. Okay, then everybody else shouldn't be doing this. I am not voting for the government to come in and use their guns to tell us to tell you that you can't do it, because I don't trust the government. But that's why this is a complicated issue that children shouldn't be involved in. Scribbing said humans declared clinically. Did I read this already? Oh, you just reposted it. But yeah, I mean, it's completely unscientific to say it is her body. It is not her body. Anything that is her body would have her DNA. That is how we determine scientifically the difference between bacteria, your gut biome, and you as a person. Omar said, no, it's not the medical definition of life, and legally they are not a person until birth. Okay, but that's the point. That's the point I'm making. Maybe legally, but slavery was legal. Okay, so if I fuck a girl, do I become her because I'm in her body? You see how the logic kind of just crumbles. My dick did not become her body because it's inside of her, right? It's still my dick because it has my DNA. So regardless of what or is inside her, everything that is her DNA is her body. Everything that's not her DNA is somebody else's body, or it's just not her body. If it's different DNA, then it's not her body. So what if I bust in her? Does my bust now become her body? Scorpion says, therefore, you terminate the heartbeat via saline chemical injection or being torn apart limb by limb. You've just committed. No, I think she was saying, is that the word? Entropic? I don't think it's entropic. Ectopic, right? Ectopic, yeah. So she was saying ectopic, one, and separate category, RPE. All right, well, what we do here is attack ideas, not people. So slow your roll. If you want to contend like an adult with the things that I'm saying, you are free to do so. If you want to act like a child and throw names around, then you can leave.
Ironic, and I just don't get why you're wearing a mask outside. That's the big.
I care about people.
You do.
Do you
I care about people. Spreading COVID. You're spreading death. You're spreading death. She said, "F you." You're spreading death, and you're worried about COVID. You're worried about COVID, spreading COVID. There is no way you lay down at night and you are okay with yourself.
That woman is trying to film.
False. False. That is, again, the problem, is that they lay down and sleep like fucking babies. Pun intended. They sleep like fucking babies because they don't believe what is convenient for them to believe, aka reality.
That black mother who simply wants to talk to the other black woman who went inside.
So what brought you out here today?
So I'm out here today because I personally have experienced an abortion myself, and after finding Christ and realizing the reality of what I've done, the sin that I had committed, it compels me to come week after week, time after time, month after month, to tell these young girls, hey, that this is the biggest mistake that they're going to make of their life, the horrors that's going to happen after fact, the fact that
the horrors,
this is not just a quick fix, and to relay the gospel of Jesus Christ to them after the fact. So
and how often does that work? Why don't you come with the scientific argument that, hey, as with Crowder's Change My Mind, he has a chart that shows pictures of what it looks like when the embryo, the development of the fetus from embryo to birth. And he asked the liberal people who are pro-choice, who say, okay, where do you determine this, that life should begin? And they all have different fucking answers. That is not science. That is not science. Soren says, ectopic pregnancy, though rare, usually ends up with the doctors automatically removing and killing the baby to save the mom from death. Yeah, there is an article I read about the notion of a viable, the I don't remember the exact language, but something about a viable pregnancy that needed to be ended, and then a conversation would happen between the doctor and the mother or the parents, whatever. Like, what? Wait a minute. You just said it was a viable baby. So, yeah, remove it, end the pregnancy. Blocked. How the fuck do you block these assholes? Oh no, I'm going to get reported on Twitch. All 5 people are going to stop watching. Oh no! It's odd that doctors have not come up with a way to safely transfer the little baby to the correct place in the uterus. Yeah. Well, maybe there's so much goddamn money in developing Schmosh Martian techniques. I don't know. I'm pulling that out of my ass.
I witnessed you talk to a young woman who came out from this abortion mill. You took her across the street, and you ended up taking her to a pro-life center right next door.
Yes.
What compelled you to go and talk to this woman? What was going through your head to where you saved someone's life today?
I am very interested in hearing what she has to say.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I just noticed that when I was calling out to her, only because I have to, it's the big difference between two of us.
Do you though?
It seems like yelling, so it seems kind of not appropriate or mean, but I noticed that I had her attention and that she wanted to listen to what I had to say, and I basically shared my testimony with her that I had experienced an abortion as well, and the regret that I had experienced after it, the depression, the suicide, all the awful things that I experienced after it, and just the horror of it. So I basically, after I realized I had her attention, I could tell that she wanted to come over. So I was like, just give me 3 minutes.
And so, do you see how it changes very much when it's like, oh, she's willing to listen now. So if you're just standing over a fence, now the employees there are gonna have a mindset of who you are, regardless of what you're there for. You're all just protesters, and you're bothering the people that are paying them money. So it makes sense why they wouldn't want you to pull people away from that. But if you stood there with some compelling sign, I don't know. I mean, if this is what you do every single day, I'm sure if you sat down and thought about it, you get something catchy that will get people to have a conversation with you. And those who are not willing to have a conversation don't owe you a fucking conversation.
3 minutes of your time, and after that, you make that choice. And so she was going to come over, and an advocate stopped her, which was really discouraging. So I was like, I did not come this far for her. I mean, I've got two of my babies with me, so I'm not going to come this far for her not to at least have a conversation. So I just walked across the street, and I asked her, do you want to have a conversation? And she said yes, and she walked over and started talking about, what it is inside of her and how this is truly a baby. And it's a myth, if there's a bacteria on Mars and they call that a life, but the baby inside of her womb at 6 weeks isn't life. So we kind of were wrestling through some lies and some facts. So, and then I asked her if she wanted to walk to the pregnancy health clinic, and she said yes. And
they gave her a free ultrasound.
And
she was shocked by that.
Yes, she was actually encouraged by that. She said the clinic just basically took my money, and I didn't even get an ultrasound. I had to pay for the ultrasound, $100, and she was just really encouraged that somebody that she didn't even know was so kind enough to A, walk with her through this process, and B, just really just love her. So yeah.
So this is the type of, if she's already going into the clinic and she doesn't have this information, where are you to get this information in front of her before she's made this decision? Because again, we all agree that that's not an easy decision to make. So you're losing if you have to go to that door, and good for you if you're willing to have rational conversations and not harass people, and you were able to save that life. I think that's great. I'm just reading this before. Yeah, can't put that up.
That's what's happening out here. There's a lot of misconceptions. I would say even with pro-lifers who think we're just yelling at, or you guys are just yelling at people and being mean. And
that's what it looks like. Whether it is or it's not, that's what it looks like. And that's politics.
I didn't witness that today. I witnessed someone's life being saved, and you did that. So come here, because I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you to have that courage and job. Yes. All the glory to God, of course. But He used you today to save someone's life.
Yes.
You were used today.
I'm so excited. Okay.
All right. So we got one more. That's a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more cultural. And you know how every year, Mother's Day comes around. If you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know that Mother's Day is the biggest restaurant day of the year. There's sales at this store. There's specials for this channel. There's that, all of this stuff. Then come Father's Day, 1 month later. My mother is my father. Let's celebrate the single mothers for Father's Day, even though you just had a holiday 4 weeks ago. Let's celebrate your terrible decisions in life. Let's celebrate you putting your child in a horrible class of people. So this is called Libs Don't Know What a Father Is.
A female may want to turn, go to the other side, and I feel like that we should give her the same respect when she turns over, and if she wants to have a kid, we should celebrate her as a father, and it should be Father's Day for everyone. It shouldn't just be about gender.
What is a father? Does it have to be a male? Does it have to be a man? No. Or can a father be anybody?
Yeah, I view her as like my dad in a way.
So we have a Merriam-Webster here. Father. Definition 1, a male parent. Definition 2, a man who's begotten a child. Okie doke. Right there.
A woman be a father?
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely think so.
They can?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can a woman be a father?
A mother can definitely be a father. Just whatever you want a father to be.
Yeah. There's no specific criteria that makes a father a father?
Not really, no.
What about a mother?
Mother, well, to me, my mom is just the one who gave birth to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a specific name for that? Like, is there any category of people who give birth?
Biologically females, but it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be biological females who give birth. I've learned something new every day.
Happy Father's Day! We're here in Clearwater to see if people even know what a father is, and if we should just get rid of Father's Day altogether because it's super offensive. Let's find out.
I'm glad the ladies are
Speaking of
equally...
Father's Day, if you forgot to get your dad a shirt from lhmerch.com, don't worry.
All right, we don't need to hear that. But I'm glad the ladies are equally as flabbergasted with the silliness of what we're seeing in in this day and age. It is pathetic.
That's Dr. Fauci.
Oh, come on.
To do that.
Oh, I definitely want that. Thank you, Kaitlin, for letting us use your content. Everybody go... I did not mean to stop here. Everybody go buy that Arrest Dr. Fauci shirt for sure.
See you there. So, is there anybody you want to say Happy Father's Day to?
Yes, to my dad. He's the best dad in the world.
Do we have the same dad? My dad's the best dad in the world.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. You never know, right? You never know. What is a father?
What is a father? A father is somebody that has a kid, responsible of a family, right?
That could also be a mother.
A mother, yeah. Yeah.
So what is the difference between a mother and a father?
I don't know.
It's not a trick question.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
Whoa! So Selva Scorpion says, my children's dad, her husband, passed away when they were just toddlers. I'm sorry to hear that. And they don't consider me a father. And I raised them all by myself. Doesn't that kind of... It seems patronizing. That, oh, we need to give you 2 days because we promise you're super special. That's what it's always seemed like to me. But I guess flattery gets you a long way in this world.
What makes a father not a mother?
His dick.
I don't know either.
What is a father?
Well, personally to me, my father is my dad.
Yeah.
Big brain answer there.
But also, I have other people who like filled that father role for me in other aspects. But just whatever you want a father to be.
Yeah. There's no specific criteria that makes a father a father.
Just whatever's your truth, whatever you want a father to be is just, that's what it is. Like, whatever.
Father?
Not really, no.
What about a mother?
Mother? Well, to me, my mom is just the one who gave birth to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is there a specific name for that? Like, is there any category of people who give birth?
Biologically females, but it doesn't have to be.
If they want to celebrate on Father's Day, they can do that too.
Right. We don't have to get rid of it, even though they're not men.
If they consider themselves as a father, then Father's Day would be for them too.
Technically, to me, she is a father. What a father is someone who's there for their kids. I mean, teaches them things, right from wrong. That's her.
Is there anything that separates a father? Like, what is specific about a father? What makes a father a father?
I mean, someone that...
Guys, really quick, can I get 2 likes? 1 here, 1 there. 2 likes, please. Please, please, please. Thank you so much.
That teaches them, like I said, right from wrong. Just teaches them morals, values, how to change your oil. She does all of that.
Well, isn't that just a mother? Because you're using she pronouns.
Hi, Mom. I'm Mom. I do the motherly things. She does the fatherly thing.
Oh, they're lesos. Got it.
Anybody be a father?
I guess
Yeah,
so, yeah. Like some
totally.
people are a mother and a father, like single moms. Sure.
Are they though?
Are they mothers and fathers, or are they just single mothers?
They can fill both roles, like, they...
That's not the question that was asked, though.
Do, like, baseball games and stuff and take the dad role, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what a father is. You would never, I mean, this is such an obvious statement, but you would never be able to flip this on its head. Like, imagine a single father getting some type of public, I don't know, I can't think of a single father that's like in pop culture. Not off the top of my head, but say we a single father, a widower, and he wants to celebrate Mother's Day. Never heard of that. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
They can take the dad role, but they're not dads, right?
I guess, no. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you interpret it, I suppose.
How do you interpret it?
That anybody can be whatever they want to be.
Anybody.
Just whatever you want. Just like it doesn't even
They
matter.
can be whatever they want to be. That's interesting. How's that work?
Because I don't care how people identify, and that's their own concern.
Can a woman be a father?
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? You're upending the normal traditions that we've had in humanity and all through humanity, and you don't get it? That is so frustrating. Stop being so fucking condescending with your new age bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah?
I definitely think so.
They can?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can a woman be a father?
A mother can definitely be a father. Sometimes, depending on a particular situation, a mother may have to
And what situation would that be? You're saying a mother may have to
be considered mother and father.
Considered. I'm considered the Indian Jesus, but I don't think that anybody actually thinks. We know Henry doesn't. Think that I'm the son of God. Words have meanings. We were just talking about semantic obfuscation. Oh, it's whatever you want. You could be a mother, it can be a father, it could be whatever.
Can she do a fatherly things? I mean, what is a father?
A role model, somebody that you look up to, right?
Yeah.
And has no gender?
To me, no.
No. To me? You think to everybody?
For me.
That's how it is?
There's lots of mothers out there that are single mothers who play both roles.
Right, but are they fathers?
Yeah, if they're single, dad's not around, not there.
That makes them a man? That makes them a father?
No. I mean, not a man, but it gives them the father role.
Do you think women can be fathers?
Yeah, I know some of them.
Oh, no. My homies. Come on, bro. Come through. Stick up for the men. Stick up for the men. Do we get anything anymore? Anything.
How's that work?
I don't know. They just handle their part. When the dad ain't there, shit, they just do their thing.
But they're just super moms then. They're not dads, right?
They super moms, you know. I got one of them.
Yes.
I got a super mom. You know what I'm saying?
So happy
Surprise, surprise.
Super Mother's Day to your mom, number one.
Shout out B. Jones, Brandy. You know what I'm saying? I love you, mama.
Who cares what other people do? If
Who cares if there's drag queens on Nickelodeon? If you don't like it, don't let your kids watch SpongeBob, right?
I guess, yeah, if that's how you want.
Wow. She could not have been more facetious with that. Like, yeah, totally.
A parent, it's about the being there. Like, it's about the person who's there. I celebrate Father's Day because I was a single mom for a long time, and I was like, yeah, it's my day too.
Is it though? No, it's not your day. You had your day 4 fucking weeks ago. And 2 months before that, you fucking got Valentine's Day. I mean, I don't disagree with that necessarily, but that's a whole long conversation about that, fathers not being in the home. And we know who tends to leave relationships. And we know who decides, outside of our pay, we know who decides who gets to have sex. So if there's no one there to teach your son to be a father, chances are it's your fault.
You're a father too?
Yeah, I'm a mother and a father. Both roles, because it's just me and baby was. Now he's in the picture.
What is...
Oh man, I feel bad for that guy. I don't blame him for not wanting to be on camera. Jessica Cox says, yeah, I'm a mother. I can try to fill the role best as I can, but it's not the same. Just like a father can't fully fill a mother role. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't see why that is a controversial statement. But I guess apparently we're all sexist or transphobic or something. I don't know. Pick one. Does it matter?
A father.
Sperm donor?
There you go.
What is a father?
A fully responsible adult man who has children.
Adult man. Can women be fathers?
No.
You were right. You were right. Let's picture.
Almost 7 minutes into the video.
Let's put in some confetti right here. But it doesn't make them a father.
Father figure. Yeah, please. I view her.
Well, a father figure.
So an action figure
is a male. A father figure is a male because that's really important to the dynamic of a child and its upbringing. But I don't know. I mean, that's kind of what I'm out here asking today is, what is a father? Does it have to be a male? Does it have to be a man? No. Or can a father be anybody?
Yeah, I view her as like my dad in a way.
Okay. So Father's Day does...
Semantic obfuscation. Why is it bad for you to just have 2 great moms or 1 great mom? Why is that a bad thing for you as the child? Like, obviously, aside from the fact that the father's not in the picture, I'm saying if that's your situation and you have a great mother, or you are a great mother, why? I don't understand the need to encroach on men's spaces. I don't get it. I just don't understand. It's this feminist ideology that we're being oppressed by the patriarchy, so anything that a man has must mean that women are being oppressed. Even though you just had Mother's Day 4 weeks ago and made way bigger of a deal of it. The entire country did.
Does it have any gender?
Not to me, no. I view her as like my Father's Day figure.
It's Father's Day on Sunday. Did you get your dad a gift?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
You got him a shirt from LATorch.com and you used the discount code July4 for 20% off. And you got your 4th of July shirts there too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did. Awesome. Okay, you also got your Pride shirts there too.
Got my Pride shirt.
Yeah, we're proud over here. Pride Month.
Based.
Okay, anyway. Big hard-hitting question for Father's Day. What is a father?
He's my dad, and he loves me a lot. He got divorced though, so I don't know if he loves my mom, but
overshare a little bit. All right.
You know.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, to some extent.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think he likes his new 25-year-old girlfriend more.
What's your dad's name?
Ben.
Ben, what the
So I have an opinion on it. I think that...
Oh, baby. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is going to go well for Kaitlin. Put a 2 in the chat if this is about to get spicy. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is going to be kosher, and put a 2 if you think it's about to get spicy.
Well, one, we were either born male or female. So I think that as mothers, we celebrate Mother's Day for mothers, and then we celebrate males as for Father's Day. So I think that transgender, or is it gender neutral? I don't know. Out of all due respect, I think it's a choice that they have chosen. But I think that what God has either made us male or female.
God damn it!
No harm. Let's just put that out there. I don't mean any harm. Everyone has a choice. But that doesn't mean because we choose to represent what God created us to be that we can't celebrate male or female.
How does that help your argument? Go tell that to the lesbians and their daughter. That, well, God made you. Blah, 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 blah. Do you think they're going to listen to you? Dogma does not belong in politics.
And my perspective on it is that I feel like that in a relationship, when you have all those, different perspectives, I feel like that a female may want to turn, go to the other side, and I feel like that we should give her the same respect when she turns over, and if she wants to
no freedoms. Chill.
have a kid, we should celebrate her as a father, and it should be Father's Day for everyone. It shouldn't just be about gender. Yeah, because aren't they choosing their gender, right?
Can you choose your gender?
Clearly. Well, so I'm old school.
You can?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. I mean, everybody, I'm born a female, and if I wanted to change my gender, I can.
How?
Surgery, with all that other extra stuff that they do. No.
As you guys probably figured, that conversation cannot be uploaded in its entirety here on YouTube and Facebook. Go to libertyhangout.tv to watch the full uncensored portion of that video. You're not going to want to miss it, but I can't play it here.
It can be anything you want. There's trans women. They don't have
What's that?
to be. It can be anything you want it to be.
Anything you want it to be.
A woman can be anything you want it to be?
Yeah, it can.
You go to college?
Yeah.
What's your major?
Graduated.
What'd you graduate?
Microbiology.
Ah! You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Microbiology. Oh my fucking. Microbiology. Shout out to the Godfather. You can't make this shit up.
I graduated with a biology degree. How is it I went through school learning that men are men and women are women, and you went through school as well, microbiology, and we came out with different educations?
Well, there's a difference between men and women in biology.
Yes, correct. One of them can be a mother by using their womb to gestate a child and birth it. One of them cannot. However, they can partake. I'll let you fill in the blanks. Come on. Play. And play.
Oh, a man and a woman, that's gender. And gender identity is something totally different.
Is it though?
I mean, there can be women that can be like, as a male.
Like, totally, they're can be
figure, kind of, in a way. Like that, take
kind of in a way.
On that role.
Listen, what a strong statement of her convictions. I've changed my mind now. Let's listen to that again. This strongly worded, concise position on the issue.
Between men and women in biology, a man and a woman, that's
I'll hear this
gender.
Again.
And gender identity is something totally different. I mean, there can be women that can be like.
Okay, so we've got. There can be women that can be like
as a male figure, kind of in a way, like that.
Kind of in a way. So just in that one sentence, she used 6 qualifiers. 6 qualifiers.
Can be women that can be as a male figure, kind of in a way, like that. Take on that role.
You don't think men should?
Men can.
I don't know. I mean, just to raise a
men can.
kid with good morals, respect others.
Isn't that a mother?
Yes.
So what is a father?
Come on, guy. I know you're there. I know you want to say it. I just feel like he might be a little ditzy. Maybe he doesn't understand what she's trying to get
Man,
at.
I just said, I don't know.
So there's no difference between mothers and fathers?
Yeah, I don't even think he understands what she's asking, to be honest.
I mean, mothers are a little more,
Yeah, see, he's...
in my opinion, as you're asking me, feminine, you know. Men,
They're women?
Huh?
They're women?
Yes.
And
I told you! I told you! He had no clue where that was going!
fathers are men?
Well, that's kind of what's going on in this world. Women are acting like men, and men are acting like women. I don't know if you guys are for that or against that, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion, to each their own.
What is the truth?
My opinion is...
No, what is the truth?
I don't know. I'm not on social media. I don't really socialize with a lot of
You
people.
need to be on social
but I feel
media
like men should
to know
act
the
like
truth.
men, and women should act like women.
You heard it here first.
I agree with you. My God, why is it like pulling teeth?
Shouldn't ever abolish.
Exactly. Why? Let's see that one more time. His actual opinion. His actual opinion.
I don't know. I'm not on social media. I don't really socialize with a lot of people. But I feel like men should act like men, and women should act like women.
I agree with you. My God, why is it like pulling teeth?
Shouldn't ever abolish your Father's Day because, you know, like God, He's our Father, and all that, you know, it's just, He's everybody's Father in reality, you know, and I just think, why would you abolish that?
Can a woman be a father?
She cannot. No.
Hey!
No. A woman can be a mother, but she cannot be a father. She can be a great mother, but not a father. No.
Okay. You're very bold. And you...
Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? That is what is considered boldness. Stating fact. Stating biological fact is being bold.
You did not stutter. You
and it is.
Did not think about.
I'm very passionate about that. Like, a mother can't be a father, and a father can't be a mother either.
Why is it you are the second only person I talk to that is willing to give it to me straight and not be afraid that they're on that camera saying something like that?
Well, probably because they're not me. You know, me, I'm very authentic, one of a kind. You know, I'm not scared to just say what's on my mind. So that's probably why. No disrespect to any trans person, but a man is a man and a woman is a woman. A father is a man.
Let's see if it'll come back.
Feel like anybody can change that, or contrary to what they believe, they cannot make that any different.
Man, bang, bang, bada. Let's wrap it up right there.
I'm celebrating Juneteenth.
How do you celebrate Juneteenth?
I just bought my
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe somebody brought this up. There's nothing wrong with Juneteenth. I think we should celebrate Juneteenth. But what does that have to do with Father's Day?
Juneteenth flag.
Did you?
Yes.
Cool, bro.
Very good. Why didn't you have it before now?
Well, I was reminded from the media this week to buy one.
Oh, yeah.
I was reminded from the media this week to buy a Juneteenth flag. America!
Yeah. Did you buy your pride flag as well?
Yep. I left it at home, though.
I have pride as well. Straight pride. I'm straight, and if you're straight and you want to show your pride during June, you can go to latorch.com. You can get 20% off with the code that's on there. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have straight pride?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, blurred lines when I'm with this guy, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, we won't talk about that. Do you think any of those arguments would hold water if we were to abolish Father's Day?
I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think it's
gay.
offensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to abolish Mother's Day because you can't chime in on that?
No.
Why do you think there's that subsect of people that want to just ruin something if they don't fit in or they don't like it?
I think they're just exaggerative, kind of, and they just want everything to be about them. I mean, I don't have anything against them that think that. Like, everyone has their own opinion. I just don't think it would.
It's extended childhood. These people have gone through childhood, have gone past childhood, have now created a new childhood. Yet they are stuck in their own childhood. So they act and think like children.
Happen. I don't think anyone's canceling Father's Day. Not in my book.
What is a father?
A father is a man who raises a child. I think that's pretty plain and simple.
There's a lot of people on this speech that are they're afraid to say the male part of that.
Oh, really? That's silly. That's one of the biggest parts that makes a difference between a mother and a father.
I think it's really important for people to have a father. I feel like a lot of people who are in prison don't have a
Hey, we got Douglas Edwards in the building. Welcome, brother. Good to see you as well. We are apparently finding out that libs don't know what a father is.
Father. So it's kind of weird that saying that fathers aren't needed in society today. It's kind of crazy. Kind of seems ass backwards.
Ass backwards.
I mean, the people definitely need fathers. Like, I don't know. You have anything to say about that?
Why are people scared to say that fathers?
Come on, honey. Come through for me. I think we only had one. Was it one? Or maybe there was the second one? No. Good one. Father Lives Matter. There's the next shirt. There is the next shirt. And I will buy that immediately. Immediately. That is, Dad, I hope you're not watching because that is your Father's Day gift next year.
Cancel culture. That's why. People think, and I don't even think it's like a large group of people that are like hating. It's just even companies are going with a very small minority that just have the loudest and scream the loudest and, I mean, set buildings on fire for.
Exactly. It is a tiny majority, or excuse me, tiny minority of people who actually think this way. And because they are so active in the political space, and they are good at making it seem like their opinion is everyone's opinion. And if you don't share their opinion, that not only it's not just that you think differently, it's that you are a bad person. The right thinks the left is uninformed. The left thinks the right is evil.
Riots, like they're just listening to this small.
They just want to appease the violent extremists out there.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Even that. Even agreeing. Oh my God, she's got a nice little penis on here. Sorry. Yeah, just a little. We cut it up. So listen to that again. Listen to her. Very. I don't know. Just very quippy remark here.
People that are like hating. It's just even companies are going with a very small minority that just have the loudest and scream the loudest and, I mean, set buildings on fire for riots. Like they're just listening to this small.
They just want to appease the violent extremists out there.
Yeah.
You just want to appease the violent extremists out there. I said, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's not normal. Like that's definitely not the norm. But people just.
But appeasing them is how you make it the norm.
Just kind of listen to the ones that scream the loudest and.
What if conservatives get loud? What if we get loud? Do you think anything will change?
We get ousted as racists, or kind of the FBI starts knocking on your door.
What is different from about?
That's because you stand alone. When people stand together, like the liberals do, they can literally get away with murder.
A father than any other role model out there.
I feel like they're strong and they do like kind of the dirty work most of the time.
They do. They kind of
again, same thing. You can tell where the normal people are not even like thinking, like obviously, a father is a man and a woman is a mother. They, in their minds, that would be such a silly question to even ask. That's not even where their mind is. For fuck's sake.
carry the family on their shoulders.
And they do that because they're
men.
Men. No, that seems like, why are you asking me this type of question? There's people I've talked to today that are scared to say that fathers are men.
Called it.
Because it's offensive to the trans people out there and the lesbians out there. They want to abolish Father's Day.
And the single mothers.
Because it's offensive.
I think everybody has to have someone to look up to, and I think just being in the system, we've worked with foster care before, and I think that it's important for boys especially to have a strong male role model.
Who's smoking?
That's sexist.
And the devil's lettuce out here.
I don't know, but I'm jealous.
Do you smell it? I think I see the culprit. I think he's just walking around with it in his hands.
I said, shit, me too. All right. So that was the end of the ones that I had picked out. We can go back through a couple others if you want, but I think we got a good idea of what Kaitlin Bennett is about, what Liberty Hangout is about, and what she's doing. And I gotta say, I said earlier, there's a lot of, there's a resurgence of this street talking interview type of video. And I mean, some of these are from the last cycle, but there's a resurgence, and you're seeing a lot of like, you know, It's Complicated does really well. That other guy who just asked like the stupid like simple questions and people can't get it, and was like, yes, those are coming up. But I like how Kaitlin is engaging. She's very smart. She's very quick-witted, and so she can think on her feet. And so even if somebody has some good talking points, she's familiarized herself with what other people think. And this is the big difference between, again, what we colloquially call the left and right, even though that's kind of, you know, gone out the window. The left does not pay attention to what the right thinks, whereas the right is very aware of what the left thinks. And that's how people on the left are able to so easily demonize people who disagree with them. It's silly and it's childish, but it's happening at such a large scale that we have to take it seriously. I mean, this is it. We're slipping down the slope. So do something. I mean, we just had election day. I hope those of you who are registered voted. There's not much else we can do. Having these conversations, pointing out the bullshit when we see it, it's really all we can do. It's really all we can do. So the party rages on. We are headed right over to the Discord as soon as this is over. Link is in the description. Come through. We are going to have a panel talk about all of this and maybe some other stuff too. We could share some videos. We don't have to worry about the YouTube algorithm and copyrights and all that stuff. So come on through. Party rages on. Never ends. And you guys know, also in the description there, as well as rolling across the bottom of the screen, you guys know we're getting there. We're close, but I am not monetized yet. If you would like to help this endeavor, if you'd like to support the Indian Jesus, please, CashApp, Venmo, PayPal, Bitcoin, whatever. It's all down there, and it will help so much. Anyfilm just sent a nice little chunk of change my way today, and I really needed it. So thank you very much. And but you know what? Even if you don't want to do any of that, that's completely fine. Because just you being here, just hanging out with me, watching this stuff, let me know what you think, driving the conversation, that stuff means the fucking world to me. That means the world to me. So thank you guys for once again hanging out for another party. And you know what else is free? Absolutely free. $3.99. It is free to like the video, to comment afterwards. That will also really help get this in the algorithm for the replay. If you comment afterwards, just comment blue blah, comment Indian Jesus has a stupid cat, whatever. I don't care. It'll get it up there. It's also free to subscribe to the channel. That's the only way we're going to grow, is so that you are here every single party. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. And the other thing that is really free and definitely will help, you know how shitty, how terrible the YouTube notifications are. So what I need from you guys is to be the notification. You just saw Lil Toes say that he didn't get a notification that I was shadow banned because somebody didn't like the fact that I do what I do. So I need you guys to be the notification. Take the URL, plaster it all over Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Odyssey, whatever. Post it where people will see it so that they can be part of the party and we can all learn something, have a good-ass time doing it. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out so much. I can't express how much it means to me. And yeah, I just I love it. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this party. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, I am out of here. Peace.